Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking the time and spending a little time with me. I always appreciate that. And I know I'm a little bit late on this, but I definitely wanted to give you guys a quick hands-on impression of NBA Live 18. You guys know I was at EA Play, and I had the opportunity to sit down with Live 18 for quite a bit. You know, between that and Madden is where the games I played mostly. But yeah, I definitely had some opportunities with NBA Live 18, so I wanted to give you my quick impressions. Now, first and foremost, the first thing you're gonna see, just like in the screenshots, when you cut the game on, you can definitely tell that the visuals and, you know, the fidelity there is pretty good. You know, pretty darn good. I will say this, there are a couple guys that I saw that didn't look as good as I would expect, you know, like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. They didn't really look as, you know, close to their real life counterpart as I would have thought as far as facial. But, you know, I guess there's time to clean those things up. But outside of that, you know, everyone else looked phenomenal. You know, LeBron James was spot on. And the graphics look really good. You know, not just the players and player models, but also the environments, you know, the courts, in and outside. Because, you know, there's an outside court situation now, you know, with the one as far as that play mode. So everything looked pretty crisp, pretty clean. And, you know, EA Sports has never really had too much of an issue with graphics, so that's not really anything that's surprising. However, you know, a lot of people speculated that NBA Live 18 would be on Frostbite. To my knowledge, it is not on Frostbite. I had an opportunity to, you know, visit EA a long time ago, I mean last year, and got hands-on experience and, you know, learned what NBA Live was doing. And I do not believe that Frostbite was in the plans then, as well as right now. You're not seeing any advertisement for Frostbite. All of these other games that are on Frostbite is clearly advertising that. NBA Live is not. So just goes to show, man, that even without Frostbite, NBA Live is still able to deliver a nice looking product. Now let's talk about gameplay. That's the most important, because going into it, guys, I wanted to go into it looking at it from an NBA Live standpoint. And the reason why I say that is people always want to look at Live and compare it to NBA 2K. Now, it is right to compare the two games in terms of which game, you know, represents basketball the most, but that's the key component. You know, that's the key component of what I just said. Represents basketball the most. You shouldn't be looking at either game trying to decide if it looks or feels like the other, because what's the point of that? Why would you want a carbon copy? So when I sit down and play Live, I look at it and I judge it based on basketball. Same thing I do with 2K basketball, right? So that's the first thing I will let you know. Don't look at the game and try to say, oh, it doesn't look like 2K. It's not supposed to, right? Look at it for what it is and decide how well it represents basketball. Now, in terms of gameplay, I've got to say it, man, the gameplay is real smooth. Very smooth, way more smooth than I thought it would be, me personally, because, you know, I've been one of the guys that have always said that the movement and things like that just wasn't up to par in NBA Live. The way it animated, the way players moved and interacted, just very, very rough. That's how it's been in the last several years. In 18, you're going to see a huge difference. I will say this, because I got to give feedback as well. There are still some times that I noticed that it seemed a tad bit stiff, you know, like how you see it in the trailer. That's why I have the trailer running in the background. It's better than what you're seeing in the trailer, yes. But there were some small, you know, situations where I felt like the movement could have been more lifelike, tad bit stiff. And there were a few instances where I felt like the responsiveness wasn't 100% on par. But this is only a few occasions, because there were other times, you know, when the game was in motion, it looked very clean, very fluid. And then there was other times, you know, small times where you're looking at it like, wait a minute, that was a little rough. Responsiveness wasn't all the way there. And they've definitely said that they have a ton of time left to polish. You know, they actually were, you know, campaigning that, saying, okay, wait till y'all see what we're going to do with it. So seeing where it's come from months ago up to EA Play, I could definitely say there was huge improvement there from having hands-on experience way back last year. So we'll see how they finish up. But overall, man, it's a lot more, you know, a lot smoother than it used to be. Animation sequences are a lot smoother. Animation quality is a lot smoother. The player interaction is 100 times better than it was in Live 16. You know, they also have the one-on-one mechanic when you're playing defense, which is great. You know, it's just a flick of the left stick, left and right, and I believe you hold the left trigger as well. L2 if you're on PlayStation, and it allows you to get in the best defensive position. You know, actually shift appropriately, realistic shifting, and putting your body in place to kind of, you know, bump the opposing dribbler or what have you, and you see the nice interaction play out there. It's a one-on-one mechanic, man, just like they advertise. And I heard some other guys say the same thing in their videos, like Shop Master mentioned that. Shout outs to Shop. That is one of the coolest parts about the game, because it gives you that user control that we all crave for. You know, the user control is looking very good right now. To me, that's one of the things that NBA Live has always done fairly well. You know, the user control. One of the things that I always compared the two games, you know, NBA 2K looks phenomenal. We all know that. But they have a lot of two-man sequences, just like Madden NFL. You know, Madden has done the same thing, say in Madden 17, where you see the DBs and wideout interaction. It's a two-man sequence, so sometimes you're going to get warps and shifts and you lose user control. It's the same way I feel about NBA 2K currently. Obviously, I haven't seen the latest 2K, but you get some of those scenarios at times that takes you out of the game, so to speak. NBA Live, that's not happening. Now, can I say that's 100% of the time? I absolutely cannot. I'm going to need more time with the game. But most of the time, from what I've played, you're not locked into that animation. It's one-on-one, and whatever happens, happens, you know, because the offense also has a counter to you reaching and things like that. You know, they can catch you at the right time and create an ankle breaker or have you fall to the ground. I mean, it's really a one-on-one mini game, you know, with the one-on-one situations, and the user control is paramount in that situation. And that's where I think NBA Live will excel. Defensively, you know, you want to talk about just being in position, but it goes beyond that. Block shots. That was one of the things that I noticed that was incredible. So many different blocking variations, man. I mean, you got your normal blocks, you know, left, right, what have you, from various points and various angles. But the thing that stuck out to me were the two-handed blocks. I mean, I had situations, man, where I forgot who I was playing with, but I was able to go up and catch it with the two hands and, you know, smack it off the backboard two-handed. I even had other situations where I went up with two hands and just took the ball out of the, you know, the offensive player's grasp. You know, he was going up with it and he went up and snatched it and just took it down. Crazy, crazy. I mean, it looked good in motion. I didn't see, y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on, we all basketball video game fans. We played live before and we all know what the problems were. I'm not seeing that right now. I'm not seeing the jaggedness, you know, and the stiffness. Like I said, you know, some of the stuff that you see, even in the trailer here, is just the way the player movement is, you know, at Tiburon. You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know how to really explain it, you know. And the funny thing is, I'll give you a quick nugget, man. Speaking with guys like Rex Dixon on the you know, the NFL, you know, Madden team. Basically, everyone at Tiburon knows that player movement is paramount. I can't go into great detail, but they have plans, guys, to improve that. So that is coming. All of the stuff that we've complained about as far as player movement in both live and Madden, they know. Trust me, they know it will be addressed. We'll see what happens in the near future. You know what I mean? As, you know, as these years continue to progress. But yeah, it's not as stiff as it may look in these trailers. Trust me, when you play it, you're going to see that fluidity and you're going to feel the fluidity. But again, it's going to come down to when we all have it in our hands and we have it for countless hours and we're breaking down each aspect, then we'll really know, you know, the areas that need more improvement or what have you. But I can definitely tell you without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, 100%, it is way better than Live 16. And I should have some footage shortly for you guys. Just stay tuned. And within the next few days or so, I believe I will have some footage to show you some actual gameplay of myself playing it, so you don't have to rely on a trailer. What else was good, man? The shot meter. The shot meter was absolutely, it was great. I liked it. I loved the changes there. You know, it felt more intuitive. You definitely have to pay attention, you know, to hit the right release, to get the green release, you know, the perfect release or what have you. But I definitely like how it could change, you know, based on whether your player was hot or cold. You will see an indicator to let you know where they're at. You know, are they a little warm? Are they heated up? You know, are they cold? And that's going to affect the meter, which I think that's an interesting mechanic within itself. You know, not only is he hot or cold, but the meter actually changes. So the difficulty is a little bit, you know, it seemed that the difficulty would change a little bit in terms of you releasing your shot based on your temperature. And I think that's an interesting mechanic. Trying to think what else, guys. Y'all know I like to do everything off the fly. I did get a chance to play the one in the Drew League. I think that's going to be a hit as well. It's going to be a very good thing because obviously, you know, the biggest hit in NBA basketball right now on the video game front is, you know, my part in 2K. I think they did a great job with that as far as implementing it. You know, there's some things, of course, they would need to work on. I'm sure there would be some things that Live will need to work on. But I think Live being able to have that, you know, the one, and you being able to play, you know, street ball and, you know, playing in parks and things like that, and going into the Drew League and then playing in the NBA, you know, creating that different experience is definitely a heavy focus point I think they needed to attack, you know, just to at least get some eyes on NBA Live. Trying to think what else, guys. Forgive me, man, if I'm rambling a little bit. But defense has improved greatly. You cannot spam the reach anymore. You go ahead and keep reaching. You're either going to get called for a foul, or if the offensive player counters you, you're going to get embarrassed. So I love that. Again, like I said, I love the blocks and the different block variations. Rebounds. I did see some great rebounds, guys going up and snatching the rebound, which was good to see. I will say that I didn't see as much contested rebounds, and I don't know, maybe I just didn't have the situation play out, but I would like to see more contested rebounds where it's more than one guy going up and then the one guy snatches it from the other. I don't know if that's in or out the game, but that's just something I did notice. I didn't see that as much, but when guys did go up and get the rebound, it was definitely great to see them attack it. You know, the passing to me is pretty similar to what it was in NBA Live 16. I can't really say I spent a lot of time on that to know if it's better or worse. I think the mechanics may be a little bit different, like in terms of, you know, where alley-oop is and things like that. Speaking of oops, you can do self-oops. To me, they did not feel overpowered. I tried a few, and I was not successful 100% of the time, so that's a good thing. What else, guys? I think that might be it overall. Didn't get a chance to, you know, play any other modes in terms of like franchise. You know, we all know that's coming because we've seen it on the website, but we didn't get a chance to play anything like that. We really was only able to play a little bit of the one, you know, being on the park outside, the Drew League, and then we were only able to play with like the Cavs versus the Warriors. So we couldn't really experiment with a lot of different players. I will say that there are signatures. You definitely see signature situations, you know, with these players. There's signature moves and dribbles and size ups and things like that. Speaking of dribbling felt very clean, very smooth, very responsive, just like in the trailer, how they showed you how you can go quickly behind the back, you know, cross guys up and things like that. It's very intuitive to me. And another thing about Live, man, is the simplicity, you know, and it's not to say that, you know, I needed to be simple, because there's plenty of games I played with various button combinations, you know, like your 2Ks and things like that. But the simplicity of NBA Live with the controls and, you know, the intuitive controls, and is just a nice pick up and play game. That's what the impression I got from it. Shout out to my man SGO, Sports Gamers Online. He said that as well. It's a very fun pick up and play game that represents basketball in a very good way from what I've been able to see in this short amount of time. Again, this is just first impressions, man. We don't know how the game will finish. We don't know what all the problems will be. We don't know what all the great things that will be. We don't know any of that yet. Just giving you my initial thoughts, you know, and I would definitely say NBA Live is back. You know, I think we now legitimately have 2 basketball games that you can pick and choose what you want to play them both or what have you, and enjoy your experience. I really feel that. I think most people will appreciate NBA Live for what it is. Seems to be a very solid basketball game right now, but it is yet to be determined. All right, so I just wanted to give you my quick impressions, man. That's about all I can do at this point. Stay tuned. I will have some footage coming to you very soon, hopefully. This is what I've been told, so I hope everything, you know, goes the way, you know, goes according to plan, and you guys will be able to see some footage. So outside of that, man, that's all I got for you. You know the routine, man. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Cut on your notifications so you know when a video is coming. As well, I promise you, it will never hurt you to hit that like button. All right, guys, until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.